It was a night they would never forget. That night where they sat around their meal, the first time they had the Passover lamb and the bitter herbs and the flat bread, with the blood painted on the doorposts. They were safe inside, but that was the night when the firstborn of all the Egyptians died, including the son of Pharaoh. Moses and Aaron were summoned to Pharaoh at night, and he said, Go and worship the God that you serve in the desert, and pray for me. And they went quickly. When Pharaoh let the people go, God didn't lead them on the road through the Philistine country, which would have been shorter. He didn't want them to have to fight and then go back to Egypt. No, God led the people by the desert towards the Red Sea. By day, the Lord went ahead in a pillar of cloud to guide them. By night, he was a pillar of fire to give them light. That meant they could travel by day or night. But when they came to the Red Sea, it looked as though they were trapped. And Pharaoh said to his men, What have we done? We have let our slaves go. These people are trapped. Let's get them back. He took 600 chariots and went after the Israelites with the Egyptian army. When the Israelites saw the Egyptian army approaching, they were terrified. Oh, Moses, have you brought us into the desert to die? They said. Moses answered, Do not be afraid. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. God said to Moses, Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide the water so that the people of Israel can go through the sea on dry land. The pillar of cloud moved from before the people to behind them, and the fire did the same, coming between them and the Egyptian army. All that night Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord drove the sea back with a strong east wind and turned it into dry land. The waters were divided, and the Israelites went through the sea on dry ground, with a wall of water on their right and a wall of water on their left. The Egyptians saw this. Go after them, said Pharaoh. And the army went into the water, but the chariot wheels got stuck. Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hand over the sea. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the waters returned, sweeping away the Egyptian army. The people of Israel were now truly free. Every day they followed the cloud. Wherever the cloud stopped, the people stopped and set up their tents until the cloud moved again. God was with them every night in the tall pillar of fire, keeping them safe. Sometimes the cloud would stop for a long time. Then the cloud would move. Follow the cloud, someone would shout. Everyone would hurry about, packing up their beds and pulling down their tents. It was a busy time. But God's presence in the cloud only moved as fast as the old people and the little children could walk. Moses knew that God was always with them and would take them safely to their new land.